This is Morten from English TV. Good morning. This is the third day of Drupa here in Düsseldorf, and I'm together with Greg from AstroNova.
AstroNova, nice to meet you.
CEO of a company, and you just told me that you're so fortunate that the company you recently acquired was by accident or by incident your neighbor here, right?
Yeah, maybe it was fate, who knows, but yeah, we booked these way in advance, years in advance, and it just happened to be adjacent. So we redid the background so that it all blends together as we're now one company. Yeah.
I mean, as I said to you before, I have heard the name AstroNova, of course, right? But then when I saw your brand names, I mean, they are very famous in the industry, right?
Yes, I mean, actually the company started first digital on-site label printer in 1994.
1994.
And that was thermal transfer, so the owner of AstroMed at the time, had a different name, actually created a 4-color thermal ribbon.
Oh, really?
And had only 300 DPI, but it was the first digital on-site label printer where every label comes out different. So,
and is that on that foundation that all your products and your, let's say, development has been continued, or have you different segments? I know that we're going to talk to Mike about the products, but was that the basis, or?
Yeah, that was the beginning. Small, on-site digital label printing. Let people print the labels they want when they need them, instead of buying big batches from an outside producer or something. And it's grown up over time in different technologies. We'll talk to Mike about it, from thermal transfer to inkjet, then fully digital inkjet, to also toner-based products.
As a CEO of a company, I mean, what do you spend the most time on? You recently did an acquisition, but is that very much part of how you grow? Is that also like mergers and acquisitions, or is it also organic growth?
Yeah, it's a combination. That's really what our strategy is to keep improving ourselves with innovation, product development, for organic growth. And then to look for adjacencies. This is the third acquisition we've done in the product identification space so far. So MTEX really expands us into much larger machines. You'll find out when you talk to Mike about that. Bigger in the packaging, and then direct to film. So some things that we don't actually cover. And they also have part of their business was label printing, and they expand our label printing business as well. So a lot of good matches there in manufacturing in Portugal, which also helps us in the EU.
How long time have you worked as a CEO for the company?
Just over 10 years now.
Over 10 years. So you have been part of the journey, you can say, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So how is the market and how is the development? How do you see the future?
So the future is, actually bright for us. So we're growing, like we say, both organically and inorganically. But what we see is different markets that we can get into, more and more synergies between customers that may buy one product today, start with a small tabletop printer, and then expand their business. And then the direct to package as well. So the labeling on the product, but then actually labeling the box that it goes into, or the wooden case. So we can do both, like in wine, for example. The wine bottle, but now also the wooden case that it goes into.
Wow, that was nice. So basically the growth comes from, let's say, both organic growth in sales and acquisitions, but also because the products that you're developing extends to a further and growing market, basically, right?
Right. Yeah, food and beverage is our biggest segment, but we're also in chemicals, medical, DIY. It's amazing. I mean, think about anything that has a label on it, that potential product.
Quite a few things, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that also, I mean, when you talk about the COVID situation, was for a lot of people in the label segment not too bad, right? So did you experience any negative impact directly on the COVID?
A little bit. You couldn't go to customers anymore, right? So we like going to these shows like this. It's a good way to get customers, but also face-to-face with customers. And we, like everyone else, we found a way to do it remotely.
Of course you did.
Not quite
as smart people, right?
Not as easy as going, face-to-face. We like to bring the printers, the small ones, right to the customer and show them how easy it is to operate the printer. But during COVID, some businesses were down. Retail was down quite a bit, but chemicals and cleaning products was up big, right? So if you know Purell, that company, that was one of our customers. So that part of it was very good. And then what we also found is e-commerce went up a lot.
So they need labels too, right?
They need labels. And then from Amazon, for example, if you label your box, so they can put it right in the mail, you get a bigger discount. So we have more overprinting. So the package has your label, everything right on the box.
So actually not the worst situation.
Some segments were up, some were down. And then now we're back to no more COVID and back to regular selling, so that's good.
Last question here. So when you look at the products and the markets you serve, is it a tough competition there, or?
There's always competition, but that's why we have the innovation. So we typically have many advantages technically over our competitors, mainly because we've been doing it for so long, right? Since 1994 till today. That's a long time, right?
It is, yeah.
So
So basically, you see competition, but you have the advantage of being able to innovate and keep also with acquisitions to find the right niches to address in order to keep growing.
Yeah, and actually I mentioned 3 acquisitions, they all came with great engineering teams too. So they all did their own product development.
So you got smarter and smarter basically, right?
Exactly, yeah. And our CTO has a much bigger team to work with now in product development, and they can kind of combine their learnings over the years. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Greg.
All right, great talking with you.
And have a great Drupa.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great to see you.
Yeah, bye.